A minute of organisation. Right. My phone is covered in paw prints now. But I guess everybody's phone is covered in paw prints. As something's going on in the background.
What's up?
Would you like to ask something before we begin, Will?
Is it okay if Jessie can bring the bun in the room because she has it half done and I really want to get to the tablet?
Get her to sit down on the floor there, not on the rag, yeah?
In front of the monitor. Can you put it on a plate as well so that she's not getting crumbs on the floor?
Please.
Please. Just an afterthought. Politeness as an afterthought. It should be a natural part of your daily communication.
Well, I'm used to doing the please afterthought because I always have to add it after the kids.
Please and thank you, they are the magic words.
Stop it, Barney.
Drove me mad. What was that? It was a little cuddly toy that...
It was Barney.
Who's Barney?
Is that giant pink purple dinosaur?
Oh yeah! That giant pink dinosaur.
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Dinosaur?
Barney, the giant pink dinosaur that sings, please and thank you, they're the magic words.
Yeah, anyway. That was in Scotland, right?
Yes, it was that little
every
toy
time
that
somebody
made
touched it or
noises.
picked it up, it sang the same frightening thing again and again and again.
Yes.
Okay. Right, is everything okay, Will? I shouldn't have asked that, should I? I should have just left him. Just left him to do his thing.
I turn it on, I find that. Those genie heads.
Just proceed like you normally proceed. Okay?
Proceed. I've never heard you say that before. Proceed. You just proceed. It's a procedure.
I say it all the time too.
Procedure. You know, if you leave your glasses on chairs under things, people will sit on them.
That thing there is there because if I get cold, I will put it on me.
Okay, so you're just going to leave your glasses on
Yes.
there. Okay.
Because
right.
nobody's going
No
to
one's
sit
going to
there.
sit there because no one's going to be walking past the balcony. Up here. There goes a plate. Right.
There's actually a point to this thing. Graham here wanted to say
What?
that
What? Do you want me to introduce it?
that we would actually like to talk about something sensible rather than just blabber about plates and blankets.
And things. Practical parenting. That's what it's about. Practical parenting and other life skills. Anything that relates to anything hanging around the subject, the theme of families and human interactions and relationships and life, the universe, work, and learning.
Cooking,
Learning. That's what I'm involved in. Okay, learning.
Yes.
Progressing forward. I don't know. Personal motivation, problem solving.
That's about it.
What do you do?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, like
Apart from support me in everything that I do.
apart from chasing kids around and
Okay.
washing the dishes and okay.
I have no idea where that is.
He doesn't know where Super Y is.
Oh, it's in the education folder. Okay?
In the education, isn't it?
As in the
Is Super
educational.
Y any good? I mean, we can start by talking about that because
It's Superwise okay. I mean, it's mostly entertaining, right? But it's got a little bit of reading in it, and it's I don't know.
why do we have it?
It's not something that I would like to sit down and watch. Okay, but I'm not on Jasmine's level, and Jasmine quite enjoys it, and she knows all the letters now. So
From watching it?
she can not from watching it, from playing with her tablet.
Oh, okay. All right.
But that sounds like a party.
Oh, crack open the champagne.
Yeah.
So she's learned it from the tablet.
Yes, but now she can, she can relate when she watches Super Y. She knows what's going on because there's a lot of letters in Super Y. Yes.
Okay.
It's that kind of interactive thing, like Dora the Explorer, or the kind of thing where.
It's not a cartoon. See, I don't really have much experience with Dora the Explorer and Super Y and those other ones. I've got the I'm looking through here. I can see what Will's doing. It's got like the Fisher Price stuff. I know, and the
Fisher Price
the
stuff is
leapfrog
nice.
stuff is good. I like the leapfrog stuff. That's really cool as well.
Yeah, I like it too.
Educational videos. Octonauts, I can see the appeal, although it's not educational. And
well, it is educational actually. Yes, yes. Did I not tell you? Will was about 4 years old, right? And I
fell into the sea.
I came across a question: what do walruses use their tusks for? And Will knew that just from watching the Octonauts. He knew the right answer, and he was right as well.
What, for opening beers?
For opening shells.
Oh.
Or something like that.
Yeah?
Yes.
Must be big shells.
He knew quite a lot about sea creatures and things from that. So it's kind of educational,
Oh, it's not really that practical, though,
there is a lot of weird characters in there that are not real, like the talking vegetables.
Talking vegetables are not real.
No, not usually.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay. That could cause a few one-sided conversations.
Not unless you live in Fukushima or somewhere.
Yeah, Chernobyl, perhaps. Apparently people do that now. They move to Chernobyl and live there.
Why?
Because they're
Jack and the Beanstalk.
Super.
Why?
Can you close the door a little bit, but don't use the handle. Just
we'll
just
be locked
shut
out
it.
again.
Yeah. If you hear us banging on the glass, it means that we're locked and you have to open the door. Okay?
He's smiling.
Look at that malicious smile on his
Yeah.
face.
He's like, now I know what to do. Trap them on the balcony garden forever. Tablets. So we mentioned tablets. We've got themes to talk about, and we might get to them. But as always, go with the flow. Right.
Tablets are a very controversial topic, aren't they?
Why?
In modern parenting.
I love tablets.
You love tablets because it keeps the kids quiet and they can learn something from them.
You know the story about Steve Jobs wouldn't let his children use tablets? You know that story?
No.
No, you don't know that. Okay,
No.
so there's a story going around that Steve Jobs would not let his children use tablets because of some belief that they rewired the brain. However, I went and searched for the original interviews because I wanted the source. I wanted the source information because I wanted to know if Steve Jobs really didn't let his kids use them. And the truth is that he limited their access to the technology. He did not ban them completely, and it's not clear from the interview what exactly his personal situation was.
Well, limiting the access to the technology, I think, is a very good idea because everybody knows from their own experience, probably, that if kids have too much time with technology, they go crazy. Literally.
What do you mean? What do you mean go crazy? I mean, what do they run around screaming? Do
they lose emotional
think
control. Okay, they lose emotional control. They get edgy. They get irritated.
Most of the adults I know are like that.
Yes, but with kids, it's kind of obvious, you know.
So they don't have self-control. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. If you compare a kid after he's had an hour on his tablet and a kid that just came from an hour of running around the football pitch for an hour.
Okay. Well, obviously there's
used
a
the word hour twice, but
hour.
Anyway, there's a big difference, right? Because the kid that was running around is going to be all happy and calm-ish.
Got all the everything pumping around his body and.
But I've noticed with William, especially because he's quite sensitive to these things. If you haven't noticed.
Sensitive to what do you mean these things? Maybe more specific.
He's
If you'd
sensitive
if you'd like a
to
drink, by the way, just
external
let me know.
external effects on his capability to control his emotions, to focus, to
So does the tablet have a negative
normal.
effect on his focus, or is he like not normal after an hour of using the tablet?
He's a bit better now, but when he was younger, when he was like 5 years old, and you could give him a tablet for an hour, and then he would get off his tablet, he would be all edgy, he would start crying for things that wouldn't make him cry normally.
So
be
why do you think
irritated.
that's happening? Is that because he feels comfortable with the tablet, and without it he feels uncomfortable, or?
Well, it might be, I don't know, it might be the withdrawal of something that he enjoyed. It might be the fact that he's been sitting for too long without moving, and he's using his brain, but his body didn't have any output. I don't know.
Gatto makes an interesting, John Taylor Gatto, that is, not the cake, right? All alternative educators know who John Taylor Gatto is. Underground history of
Gatto
education.
is a cat in Spanish.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah. So you could be eating the cat if you get it wrong.
Well, if you spell it wrong, yes,
Yeah,
you'd end up eting the cat.
Yeah, well, obviously, right.
If you were talking to someone who speaks French and Spanish.
Okay. Okay. The point I wanted to make was that that a fundamental part of the learning process, according to Gatto, is boredom. He said that. What did he say? He said that you need it. You need to go through that experience. You need the alone time with no connections to anything around about you, just you in your own world with your own thoughts and your own ideas, sort of meditating on everything. And that it's obviously not good to be connected all the time to technology, says me with my 3 computers and 5,000 monitors,
and tablets and
tablets
phone.
and phones and wasps in the juice. Right.
Get the wasp out. Give me some juice, please.
Just
May I
drink
have?
it.
Thank you.
Here's the juice that I'm
Thank you.
drinking. It's very nice. Good. Right. So boredom is important. Just or maybe it's like self-structured time where you're not plugging the kids into the technology. Although you need connection with someone or something in essence to learn. So a tablet is a great tool for that. And the wasp is back. Ah.
Don't worry about the wasp. It's not going to eat you.
It's amazing that I've only really been stung once in my life, but I still get a little panic when a wasp gets close.
I've noticed that. But then
You've
you
noticed my
get a
panic.
lot of panic when whatever happens.
What do you? For example, okay, let's explore this. For example, when do I panic?
When there's a spider, or
I don't. I like
when
spiders.
you're about to miss a bus, or that doesn't happen because you don't use a bus. I can't think of it.
Oh, this is
example,
me. You just made up two
panic.
things that are not real.
You panic a lot.
A lot.
Yes.
Okay, we can explore this then. When was the last time I panicked?
When was the last
Have
time?
I panicked today about anything?
No, you didn't panic today.
Yet. So
Not yet.
I could still panic about
But you panic
something.
like when your post doesn't appear on your Facebook wall, you go, the Facebook is now deleting my post. Oh my God, what am I going to do? This is going to ruin my business. And then you stop panicking when you realize it's just a bug.
But it actually has happened that Facebook has removed certain posts about certain things.
Yes.
They do have those algorithms there. Or they limit posts. They do it in a very intellectual way so that it just doesn't have the effect that it should have or get out to the people that it should. But that's not what this is about, right? It's not about me. It's not about me and my habits. Habits
Your
like
habits.
my habits like. That's what happens when you listen to Mary Poppins too much. I've lost it.
It's okay.
Boredom.
Yes, boredom is a good thing.
Boredom. I mean, there was I guess, what I relate it to, fishing, right? Kids in the past used to go fishing, and I guess some still do in and around here, but there are many kids who don't have the opportunity to experience that. But they go to the river with the rod, and they would sit there and sort of wait for a fish to bite on the hook, and there'd be a whole lot of contemplation and sitting and thinking about things, and that's kind of gone really for a lot of kids, I think, because they have to be connected to things all of the time, or doing specific tasks that their parents or their family want them to do, or they're being rushed from one training camp to another training camp, or they're being shoved from one classroom to another classroom, and they're missing a lot of the alone time, a lot of them. But conversely, you find the kids who are neglected as well, that they've got the space for their own time, but it's kind of like way too much.
Yeah, that's
space.
what I wanted to point out, that just because boredom is good in some extent, that doesn't mean that we should neglect the kids and just let them be bored all the time, right? You have to provide some stimulation and balance it out.
I have to make the comment that Slovaks also not only can Slovaks not go out on their bike without the right clothes, they can't jog without the right clothes either.
Well, it's nice to be able to jog. What do you want them to jog in, their office suits?
Pajamas would be nice. Or I think they should jog.
I'm gonna send you out in your
dressed up
pajamas.
in dinosaur suits. That would be so entertaining. You could just look out your window and see dinosaurs.
Why don't you jog in your dinosaur suit?
Because I don't have one yet. Put it on the list for the next birthday, right?
Or Christmas.
So, do you think how do we ensure that the kids get the right balance between time with technology and time out with technology?
I think it's just normal.
Okay, but normal
you
for
use
everyone's different.
yeah, I know. You use your common sense. I mean, the kids need fresh air. They have to go out every day. They need to play with some friends. Doesn't have to be every day, but at least every week. Okay. I think it's maybe. I don't know. I just use common sense. I just take them out.
Well, they should spend a period of each day outside, no matter what the weather, because there's this sort of cultural thing here about, if the weather's bad, we don't go out. But I think that's the adults. Kids love the rain. They just jump into the nearest puddle when they see it when they're young, right? And they splash their way through it. And it's always the adults having a huge panic. Stay away from the water. Stay out of the puddle. Don't get wet. And then the kid's like, meh. that was a once upon a time. Kids, right? That was a once upon a time laugh. I can't do it now. All magic comes at a price.
Stop it. Yes.
So tablet time. I think up to an hour a day with a tablet, if it's an educational activity, is okay.
I think it's okay. I use it as a downtime usually, like after lunch when they're kind of spaced out or whatever.
You have to know that what they're doing on it is productive, constructive, is leading somewhere.
But everything can be productive and constructive and leading somewhere.
Okay. Well, here's the thing.
Okay,
I'm not sure that Will's Star Wars game is constructive, productive, and leading somewhere. I'm not saying it's bad.
That's because you're looking at it from your point of view of what is useful information for you as an adult, right? Which is normal because everybody looks at things from their point of view primarily. Okay. But you're not looking at the fact that he's training his memory. Okay. He remembers all the flipping names and all the flipping starships. And
Okay. He knows all the
Okay.
ships. He knows all the characters. He knows all the planets.
he knows
all
everything
the
that
wars.
happens. He knows the whole freaking saga. Okay.
Yeah, is that
Now tell
is
me,
that in any way negative, or is
tell
it
me what is the difference between teaching children at school to recite poems, okay, to train their memory,
Okay.
and for kids to learn by
Xanadu de
themselves.
Kubla Khan, a stately pleasure dome decree
Exactly.
with a lightsaber.
Well, you can be reciting something that you can't relate to at all, and train your memory that way. But you can train your memory by remembering something that you're actually interested in.
Men trudged through sludge. Is that,
And
I
also,
might
I
just
think
make
that
one
it
up.
develops his logic, because he can make the connections between something that happened in the saga here and something that happened in the saga here to somebody else, and he connects the dots. And I think he can use that later in history, for example.
In the history of Star Wars.
Like in the studying history,
studying
normal
history.
history, human history.
It's a question. Isn't
And he
it?
trains his creativity. Today, he was doing his Duolingo, okay, because he has to do a lesson of French before he can play with his Star Wars.
Yeah, this lesson
and-
seems very. I'm just being hypercritical today. I'm sorry.
Yes.
You might have noticed.
Yes.
Yes. I'm interrupted as well, so I'm doing a lot of interruptions today. I'm sorry about that as well.
It's okay.
The Duolingo thing seems to do it really quickly. And again, I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just saying it's an observation that it seems to take only 5 or 10 minutes, and he's done it. And
Yeah.
maybe that's all he needs, and maybe that's great. I'm just like, wow, that was
He's
fast.
still learning a lot of vocabulary. Obviously, you don't just need vocabulary; you need communication and everything. But it's okay,
Okay.
as a side thing. Anyway,
Anyway,
I was
I'll
saying-
come back to the Duolingo language.
I was saying one of the lessons was called something .ob.1, and he showed it to me and he said, "Look, Mum, Obi-Wan." So I thought that was quite creative.
Finding connections that don't actually exist.
Yes.
Yes, that is creative.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps also misguided, but creative. So the Duolingo is he has like 5 to 10 minutes of French, the vocabulary. That he has.
Usually 10,
10 minutes.
10, maybe sometimes 15, because
Mhm.
even the lessons that he's already done, they've got this little bar there,
Mhm.
which tells you that you've completed the lesson, right?
Mhm.
But in time, the bar starts to recede, so you have to redo the lesson because you forget naturally. So it basically prevents you from forgetting what you've already learned, because it forces you to redo a lesson to make sure that you remember it.
Okay. So you think it's building sort of memory skills?
Yes,
Can you
absolutely.
make
It's
a
building the
sentence yet?
vocabulary. He can make some sentences, simple
Okay.
sentences. Yes, he can use the vocabulary that he learned to make simple sentences. Like
I have a large elephant.
like he knows how to say someone eats something, right? And he
Okay.
can fill in different words like cat eats a bird or man eats an apple. He can say man eats a red apple. Okay, so
Hi, what's your name? Man eats a red apple.
he knows what his name is.
J'ai mangé le pomme. I don't know. Is that right?
You just said that you ate an apple.
ate an apple.
Yeah.
Is that the past form?
Yes, we just used the past.
Yeah. Wow.
Just used passé composé, monsieur.
Oh, c'est très bien. Oh,
Just
The wa-
leave it.
the wasp is back.
The wasp is just thirsty.
I don't want to end up in the drink.
Well, then you'll
Doesn't
take it
drink.
out.
Of course, naturally. Right. So the Duolingo is building up over the long term. Yes.
Mhm.
Now it's in
It's
between
building-
us.
it's
It just
building
wants to be
vocabulary,
in the
basically. It's like interactive dictionary in my point of view.
well, there seems to be a lot on vocabulary there. Anyway, we'll talk about that. We'll talk
He
about
trains his
that.
pronunciation as well. He has to do pronunciation exercises.
Yeah.
It's got a microphone, and he has to speak to the microphone.
Yeah. And it plays it back. Does it play it back to him what he said, or does it? Just,
No, but it
just-
tells him whether it's okay or not.
Oh,
It tells him
that's pretty
what
cool.
it should sound like, and then he tries to repeat it.
Interesting.
Mhm.
Interesting. All these technologies with microphones appearing everywhere. Conspiracy theories. Anyway, who cares? As long as says me with my 15 headsets and microphones everywhere.
He
Right.
really does have 15 and a half, probably.
There's a few that don't work. Yes, just a few.
There you go.
You have to have two of everything. You know my philosophy. You have to have two of everything.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yes, with technology, because you
Not only with technology, came home with the 4 of those train sets, and
did I buy 4?
yes,
They were a good deal. What can I say? Kids were happy. Never enough.
Okay.
Never enough. Never enough. Wonderfully creative tool.
yes,
Right.
it was.
Which started off a whole series of addictions to trains and Thomas the Tank Engine, Chuggington.
Which have passed and
And-
naturally gave way to Star Wars.
Of course. Luckily there are no trains in Star Wars, because that might trigger him. Anyway. Nonsense. I want to get onto the structured and unstructured play. I also want to talk about adults. I just thought today at the pool that adults who are still kids. We sort of covered it briefly a little bit earlier with the habits we have that we don't get rid of when we grow up. And I've noticed when I go to the pool in the morning, there's adults going down the slide, which is for kids.
I've noticed that as well.
Yeah, and
They take a kid like a prop sometimes, right?
drag the kid up the stairs.
So that they don't look silly.
Yeah, it's not for me, it's for the kid. And the kid is kicking and screaming.
But if they don't have any props, then they just go like, "Oh, F it, I'm just gonna go
Yeah.
anyway."
Anyway,
I've noticed that.
that's cool.
And the men are the best, because the men are trying to make the biggest splash as they land, so they're gonna go like really fast.
And then the water goes over the edge of the area and splashes everybody else.
Yeah,
and then they
and then
laugh.
I guess they feel all manly,
They
because
do.
look at how big my splash was, right?
Well, they do, and then they rush up. Then they rush up to the top again. And I haven't seen this happen in other countries. So, hi Naomi, welcome to the conversation. So I was.
That's because you guys had all this cool stuff, but we here in this Eastern European bloc didn't
the
really
bloc.
the bloc.
It didn't come here.
We didn't
We
really
didn't have the water
have
parks
that
and stuff.
kind of slide. We had the killer slides, like the one that skins
Well,
your butt when you slide
saying,
down.
is that
right?
one that it's outside in the outdoor pool.
Yeah.
You can, I mean, the adults get a kick out of going down it. The kids get a kick out of going down it. It should be shut down because it's
So dangerous.
it's so dangerous. But that's what makes it fun. So you shouldn't.
I mean,
shouldn't
I've
really shut it
hurt
down.
myself on it. You've hurt yourself on it.
Well, everybody.
Will almost drowned.
But that's the fun,
Right.
right? The near death experience of the slide.
That's exaggeration. We
the-
didn't almost kill our children.
No, we didn't. In fact, Zora loved it and wanted to do it again. And
Yeah.
again.
Zora did love it.
So
She's that kind of person.
What did Will describe it as? He described it as terrifying.
Yes.
That was terrifying. That's
I didn't like it. You saw my face. I mean,
the slow-mo video is great. The slow-mo video of you going down the slide is great.
I didn't like it because you've got all this water spraying from between
it's
your
a
legs
water
into
slide.
your
It's
face.
supposed to be like that. Anyway, it's obviously the
And it skins your butt because you're sliding down on concrete. It's actually a concrete slide.
It's not
you slide down.
slide.
Oh, it
you
is.
can't slide on concrete. It's got a special plastic cover over
It's
it.
not plastic cover. It's painted.
Oh yeah,
It's a painted concrete.
It's not painted concrete. You wouldn't go anywhere. You'd just be sitting there waiting.
Painted concrete.
When was the last time you sat on concrete and moved?
Well, when I sat on that slide and
Painted.
skinned my posterior.
Yeah.
Can I
Have a drink.
Yes, please. This got me all emotional. Everything was built from concrete.
Yeah, but you know the communists had no plan because it's just there's a hill and they're like, there's a hill and we're communists and
We have concrete.
we've got concrete because and concrete's the ultimate building material.
No, we can't build a memorial on the hill. So
No,
let's
come-
put a slide there.
Surprised it doesn't have Stalin's head at the top
Yeah.
or something like that. Right, it probably did originally. Anyway,
It's crazy.
It's epic, and you wouldn't find it in any other country now because they wouldn't be able to build them because.
Can you imagine having something like that in Scotland? You'd have to wear helmets. They would make you strap to a bungee and wear a helmet.
You'd have to have all the safety gear.
Yeah.
You'd have to have a
They would-
life jacket,
shin
and a
pads.
helmet. You get
They would get you knee protectors and all that jazz.
I don't know how I've seen the kids slide down it on their knees. You've seen those kids go down it on their knees.
I know, but kids are made of rubber, right? Kids don't get hurt unless.
Bounce.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
unless they fall really hard.
Anyway, we've just derailed my whole conversation about adults not growing up because the slide's quite thrilling outside, isn't it? The outside one, but it's the indoor one, which is completely safe.
Yes.
Right? Because and obviously designed for children aged 3 to 12, right? And
It says 8 too. Well, it basically says that if you're younger than 8 years old, you shouldn't be on it.
which is why
Everybody takes their 2-year-olds on it. Yes.
Yeah, okay. Because
But
they
yes,
have to
it
go
is
on
for children,
themselves, and
obviously,
the
yes.
2-year-olds don't know any better.
Yeah, exactly. The poor 2-year-olds don't know they're being used.
Used. There we go. I just think it's perfectly normal.
But what's wrong with liking something that's fun, right? And
I
doing
know.
something that's
I
fun,
agree
that's
with that. I
great.
agree with that. I was going through the thoughts in my own head. It's like, okay, there's adults. I mean, like obviously, like people 30 to 40, right, climbing up and sliding down the slide at 7 o'clock in the morning. Which is like, what did they just like leap out of bed to rush to the pool and
And slide.
and slide down? Or what?
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
They probably go swimming and then they just think, oh, what the hell, I might as well treat myself.
And then they go to the sauna and they sit in the sauna for 5 minutes and go back to the slide and slide down again.
That's great. That's a great beginning of your day. Can you imagine doing that before going to work every day?
Yeah, going to your government office and sitting there at the desk and being bored and drinking coffee and waiting for lunch.
And then you go home and you think, oh God, I can't wait to be on that slide again.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I guess they enjoy themselves. So, fair enough. But it just struck me because I hadn't seen that in other countries or other places that I've been. The adults enjoying the slide, but why not? Why not enjoy it as much as you can? Basically, why not do that? Okay. Skills by age. Skills by age was something else that I wanted to talk about in terms of parenting, and I don't know where my notes are. I've got some notes somewhere. Okay, skills by age.
Mm-hmm.
This is a terrible list. There must be better lists somewhere. And I wanted to check and see if you're looking at the list, right?
I don't have my glasses on, but
No, I'll read it to you. It's okay.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. So, according to this Pinterest graphic that that I copied earlier. Simple skills that children should be able to do at simple ages. I thought we'd go through that. It covers
Give us our age kids.
Yeah,
Because
2
I
up to
can
7.
relate to
It's got
that.
2 up to 7 here.
Uh-huh.
So, age 2.
That would be Jasmine.
Yeah.
Although
Yeah.
age 2, someone who just turned 2 and someone who's about to turn 3, there's
Isn't it?
such a massive difference in development that age 2 is really very general.
Yeah.
But I
Was
guess
it-
that's okay because
Wasn't Einstein didn't start talking until he was like 7 or something like that?
I have no idea. There's so
lot
much,
of stories.
so many myths about Einstein that I really don't know.
Oh yeah, there's the alternative history, isn't there? You know, that how much was him and how much was his female, his wife? His wife was his wife, wasn't it? Or he was married more than once.
He's
no?
female.
I was going to say female partner. I cannot say female partner.
Okay.
Your female partner. Yeah. Good.
As opposed to his male partner.
Well, didn't she get credit for some of the work? Finally, after many years, she was actually credited with some of the mathematical and scientific discoveries.
That's cool.
Yeah, and there's
Mrs. Einstein. That would be an interesting
Alan Watt
book.
had a theory about that Einstein's job was working in the working in the patent office.
Oh.
Oh, right, right. so, that looks interesting.
You think?
Yeah.
Or he thinks. Alan Watts thinks.
Well, yeah, he's like, don't believe what they feed you, because.
Yeah, but then according to that, you shouldn't believe what he feeds you either, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely,
Mhm.
absolutely. But you're sort of more of a tendency to believe people who tell you not to believe them, if you're thinking about it carefully.
Yeah.
Right.
So what's that?
Don't-
H2? Comb hair and brush teeth with help.
Yeah.
Well, I'd have to catch her first.
Okay, H2, comb hair and brush teeth with help, wipe up spills, put clothes in a basket, pick up toys, bring dinner plate to the sink. So, how are we doing with Jasmine, age 2.5?
Well, she's good with picking up toys. She's better at tidying up than anybody else in this household.
She picked up the raisins that were on the floor yesterday
Yeah.
after the kids' party, and
While we were having fun on the balcony.
doing this on the balcony. Yeah. And the other kids didn't want to do it.
Yeah,
what's
she
the-
can-
What's
she
the
can
Zora
do
thing
all
with
those things.
rolling her eyes right now when I ask her to? Zora, can you pick that up? I don't feel like it. What was that about?
She's always been like that. She's got this oppositional thing where she just doesn't. She's just not going to do what she's told ever.
She got odd.
What?
Odd.
What?
It's OD. ODD. You call it ODD.
Oh.
Oppositional defiance disorder.
Oh, you have to call everything a disorder, don't you? Nowadays.
You do, because it disrupts the order.
She's got her own head. She's got the ODD.
ODD.
Yes.
Disorder. Chaos.
She just doesn't like being told what to do.
It's quite difficult.
You tell her to put her clothes on, and she's going to stay naked for the rest of the day.
I'll tell her to stay naked then. What did he ask?
If you've been eating onion.
He came out to the balcony to ask if I've been eating onion.
No, I'm joking. No, he
You
said.
lied. You just lied to me, and I believed you.
Yes,
Because that's what kind of thing that he would come and do.
A butcher, like, he would actually, yes,
He would
that's true.
actually-
He would actually ask that. No, we asked her whether they can have another one.
Another one more.
Super Y.
Oh, okay. Onion. Right. Okay.
Give us Zora, give us H4.
We're not doing H3. We do H. I'm going to skip through
Oh,
H3. this
Well,
one.
I thought we were just doing our kids.
Yeah, but we can see who's where. No.
Yes.
Okay. H3. Help set the table. Snap, zipper, and button clothes. Okay. Wash hands and face. Help set the table. Clean up the bedroom.
To help set the table is twice. Are they supposed to do it twice a day?
Is it twice?
Yes.
What a terrible graphic. Who did-
Nice.
Maybe they should do it twice. Nice.
Clean up bedroom at the age of 3. Maybe if the messes are very little, but I don't think kids have the ability to clean up the bedroom if there's a big mess in it.
Well, you can sort of say, do you want to tidy up before we do something? And you can.
Yeah, but you have to tell them what to do exactly.
Oh,
You have
okay,
to be
yeah.
there and you have to tell them, because
It's
if you just put them in the middle of a mess and let them to tidy it up, they're going to be like, what should I start with?
So, specific instructions.
Yes,
Okay, specific instructions are cool. Right.
absolutely.
Point.
You should always do these things with your kids. If you want to teach them, you always have to do them with the kids. You don't tell them, wipe up your spill and give them a tissue, but you get down on your knees, grab a tissue, hand one over and say, shall we tidy it up together?
Lead by example.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, I mean, you have to spill stuff as well.
You've got Will for that.
Oh, okay, we have.
Yeah.
We have. If anybody needs anyone who can...
If you need a spill, tell Will.
Spiller. Right. Yes. He's able to get everything everywhere. What a genius. Age 4. Shall we move on?
Yes.
Age 4. You should know your address and phone number.
Huh?
You should,
Zora doesn't know that yet.
You should know how to call
911.
911. The police is obviously American.
It's obviously
You should,
112 here.
You should...
What's up?
Phone's ringing.
My phone's ringing. Oh, whatever.
Later.
They can wait.
Later. It was me. I ate the onions.
Brush hair and teeth.
With minimal help. Wasn't there one that...
But you shouldn't be brushing your teeth with minimal help at the age of 4. You should have your parents always cleaning them
Checking it for you.
afterwards. Yes, because... Yeah.
This list comes from the website Play-Doh to Plato, so complain to them. Right.
Pick out clothes. Begin swim lessons. Okay. It's just about fits. Just about fits.
What age? Oh, Will's relatively competent with his breaststrokes swimming now, right?
He's
Seven and a
yeah.
half.
He's
And
okay.
He's doing it under the water as well.
Given he's self-taught, you know, he never had any formal lessons.
That's interesting. And given he was absolutely petrified of water.
He was
At the
scared
start.
to death at the age of 5.
And now at the age of 7.5, he happily jumps in the water and
Yeah,
swims
that's
down
crazy.
and picks up stuff from the bottom of the
I
pond.
put him in the swimming lessons at the age of 5 because I felt that maybe he will be less scared of water, but it didn't work at all. He's just as petrified as when he started. And when I took him out of the swimming lessons after 2 months, he very, very gradually got rid of his fear, and at the age of 6 he taught himself how to swim.
He did teach himself how to swim. He got in the water
Just-
and it was just...
I showed him how to do the
Ah.
breaststroke, and he just kept repeating it on, and he just taught himself.
That's interesting. I didn't realise he's like almost completely self-taught with that. And now
Absolutely.
he's trying to do the crawl now.
He's trying to do the crawl, and he's also doing the swim with his head under the water. You know, he's like mimics the breathing.
Uh-huh.
Although obviously he's not coordinated yet with his strokes and his breathing, but he mimics it. You know.
It's funny because I was
Get there.
talking to the... excuse me, I was talking to the man that we know who does all the sporty stuff.
Yeah.
And he was saying, he was talking about his kids who are 9,
Mhm.
or I think 8 and 9, you know, having swimming lessons.
Mhm.
And nothing wrong with kids being 8 and 9 having swimming lessons, but I was comparing it to Will, and I was thinking, well, it's kind of different. They've taken different paths.
Yeah. Well, the kids are different. We went to a swimming pool very often. I mean, we do go to the swimming pool. We used to at least once a week. Now we go more often.
Well, in the summer,
So-
it's twice a week.
Yeah.
So it's more.
It's
than
more.
that,
It's 3
more.
times a week in the summer. It's 3 times a week in the summer, and in the winter we used to go once a week. So that's a lot more than I used to go when I was a kid. Okay.
Good. Good, and the others will follow suit. Hopefully.
Hopefully. No,
Right.
maybe they will, maybe they won't. If they don't, it's okay.
We'll still have to learn to swim, though.
Ah, they will. They all will. They all do.
Okay. Age 5. Feed pets. Does not apply. Put away clean clothes. I wish. Sweep into...
Sweep things into a pile. Pick up the bathroom after use.
Does that mean pick up the bathroom?
I guess it means pick up dirty towels and clothes scattered around the floor. And
This wasn't... I didn't pick a very good life skill set, did I? It's got grammatical mistakes. And
dust low objects.
Age 5. Dusting things. Just knock everything over. Shower with little help. Age 5.
No,
No,
it didn't work
no.
out for us, no.
No.
Begin... What?
Begin saving, spending, and donating to charity. Also work. Also find a part-time job. No, I just made up the last part.
Yeah. We did do that, though. We did do the saving with Will. Remember? He was saving for his to have his first guitar. Or something like that, yes.
Are we doing saving now with anything?
Not really. He's got his jar of pennies, but
I gave
he doesn't
a big
have
jar of pennies, so
doesn't
he
have
stopped
any
saving.
special goal or anything. He's just looking forward to his birthday right now.
What do you think about... Yeah, but I worry about things like that because I worry about looking forward to it for all the wrong reasons. Or maybe they're the right reasons. I don't know. I always find that commercial trap thing around birthdays and Christmases, and again, I'm not against it. It's just a personal thing that I have, that he's looking forward to his birthday because
he's going to get a present.
Because we're going to buy something for
Oh, but then
him.
that is natural, though. You know, I mean, it's natural.
Is it wrong to want it to be something different? I don't know.
I think he's okay. He's not expecting anything spectacular, you know. It's
his day, so
It's
he
his birthday.
should get something that he likes on that day. But I'd like it to focus, very much on being family day and family time.
Can do both of those at the same time.
Yeah. I don't like the way it's like, what I'm gonna get. It's like it's like backwards.
It's almost
right?
like Christmas.
yeah. But I don't like that. I think it should be. I think to get, you must first learn to give. And I'm not sure that he's getting something without learning to give. But maybe I'm being too
I think
critical.
they're getting there. I think they haven't had that much experience with it yet, but I think they're getting there. I mean, look at all the cards that Zora gives you, right? It obviously makes her happy to give.
Makes me happy to get them.
Yeah. And I think Will is just too spaced, but I think
Spaced.
But I think he's
How did that
getting there
happen?
as well, you know.
Okay.
I mean, with enough communication, you know. you can
Age 5, begin swimming
do anything.
independently. Question mark.
begin swimming.
Independently.
My mother, who is a primary teacher,
Still can't swim.
says that kids usually don't have the physical ability of coordination at that age. Some do, but she said that a lot of them don't. They just can't coordinate the arms with the legs.
Yeah, some adults can't do that.
I've known a kid who learned how to swim at the age of 4,
Mm-hmm.
and then she forgot how to do it because in the winter she grew so much
Mm-hmm.
that all the ratios of her body changed, you know, her limbs grew and everything, and she just couldn't swim anymore. The next summer she had to kind of re-teach herself.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
As
kind of
weird
adults
as
kind
that
of
sound.
forget about the growing pains thing,
Mhm.
right? Most of the kids have that from time to time. Oh, this hurts. Oh, that hurts. And I sort of tend to think that it's growing pains.
Yeah.
Like the body's growing, so
Zora has that
you're
sometimes,
gonna get like sore legs or...
Zora has that sometimes in the evening. She sometimes complains about knees and legs hurting.
Okay, moving on.
Age 6.
Age 6, organize drawers.
Organized drawer. I can't even do that.
Yeah, well, there you go. Right. Empty dishwasher and put away dishes. I can't do that.
There you go.
Pour milk or juice without spilling. We
Will
should be-
can't even do that. No,
There's
they can do that.
Oh, did
It's
you
okay.
did you notice under the kitchen table?
What?
Well, that,
What?
you know, Zora was painting.
Yeah.
I think she ran out of water.
Did you pour it under the table?
Well, we're gonna have to check it when we go back in.
Okay.
Yeah, I noticed that there was quite a lot
No,
of
I didn't look under the table recently.
water under the
I
kitchen
probably should have.
table. Okay.
Okay, what next? Empty the trash. Empty the trash. Seriously.
Age
They're
6.
serious. How is he supposed to lift the trash bin? It was heavy like hell. I've got problem lifting it.
You broke it.
I broke it. It was so heavy I broke it. There's no way he would be able to lift these 10 kilos of trash and put them into that trash can out there.
Yeah,
No
put
way.
the wrong trash into the wrong trash can.
He can take
Fine.
bags. He can take, and we're talking about Will, who's 7, but he can take plastic into the recycling can, and he can take paper rubbish as well, because those are light.
I think he enjoys doing that.
Yeah,
Right.
feels all manly.
Okay.
Put away groceries. Okay.
Everything goes into the fridge.
Bathe.
Everything.
What?
Bathe alone. Let's have
Alone.
a
I
bath.
thought it said done.
Yeah.
Bathe alone. Yeah, that's okay.
Make a simple snack.
Yes. Yes, he used to make his toast when he was 6.
He did start doing that by himself, didn't he?
Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Like a basic lunch. If he was required to do so, he would do so. Now, whether he would get hungry later on if he had to rely on it, that's the question.
Depends what you put in the lunch.
Yeah, but
Apple,
this is
banana,
an
sandwich
American
thing.
thing, so
So they're all expected to.
it might mean all different kind of things.
Oh, it's dishwasher, as if everybody on the planet's got a dishwasher.
Yeah.
Right. Americans tend to forget that they are their country is like the 1%, and a large part of the rest of the world just doesn't,
Where everybody has a dishwasher.
Try going to the Brezno region. Right? Okay.
We didn't have a dishwasher for a long time, did we?
That's because you lived in the Brezno region.
That's because we lived in the Brezno region.
And
Yeah.
nobody had one. Right.
Age 7,
It's,
vacuum.
vacuum.
Okay. He can
Get a vacuum cleaner stuck to anything you points.
he can vacuum. He's
gonna
going
get
to
stuck
get
to the
extremely
floor.
frustrated. Yes.
I got to
No,
think about
he
the
can
vacuum
vacuum.
cleaner, right? You know how you vacuum with the
Yeah.
end piece on,
Mhm.
like the wide.
Mhm.
I don't know what to describe it. What do you call it? Is it just called the end piece?
The head.
The head, the wide
Yes.
head, right. I don't know how people can vacuum with that. That to me that just spreads the dirt.
Well, that's if you don't
Into
know
the
how to
corners.
vacuum.
But what is there like? Do you have to take a course?
But you have
or
to.
what
Well, you have to
do you have to do?
practice. If you vacuum once in 10 years, then you're likely to end up doing that. But you have to kind of lift it a little bit and then put it down and then pull it towards you and just let it suck in and.
I just prefer just the tube and just.
Yeah, but you don't have to vacuum the whole bloody flat with just the tube, do you?
You can. It works quite well.
Yeah,
Sucks everything
it'll
up.
probably take about 4 hours.
But that does it more thoroughly than shifting the dust and the dirt around.
But if you know what you're doing, you don't shift the dust of the
It's
dirt
also the
around.
suction from the tube thing is stronger as well, so you get
That's
dirt
because you
out
have
of all
to
this
pick up
difficult.
dirt from the head often too. Well, from the one we
What's
have
the point
anyhow.
of having something that's supposed to suck up dirt if all the dirt gets stuck in the head?
Not all of it, but sometimes it does. So you have to check it. Look, you're the man. You're supposed to invent these things so that they work. I'll leave that up to you.
Men invent everything. What are you talking about?
Continue.
Except for the the third version of the washing machine?
Dishwasher, I think.
Was it a dishwasher?
Yeah.
The third version of the dishwasher, which was upgraded by a woman apparently, who was rich.
Blah, blah, blah. Who was rich when you just made that one up?
No, I didn't.
Didn't you?
No, because she had servants, so she must have been rich.
She had servants.
Yes.
Okay.
And that was the guy who helped her was one of those. No,
I don't know. I
she was helped by one of the people who did things for her. The only people who the only way a woman could have been in that kind of position would have been at that point in time in society was, if she had a little bit of money.
Probably she would have to have resources to even start with that.
Exactly.
So poor women would probably not have any time
They
to
wouldn't even
fiddle
know
with.
they wouldn't even know what it was, right? Because it was so rare. Anyway, yeah. Go on
Water
there.
plants.
Google Wikipedia the history of the
Dishwasher. Water plants.
You sure it was a dishwasher? What was the water
Dishwasher.
Dishwasher. Okay.
Make a bed. Okay.
Make a bed.
Not really. Bring clothes. Well, his duvet always gets all scrunched up in the duvet cover because
Someone else who can't make a bed.
What? What?
Well, someone else who can't. I know someone else who can't make a bed.
I can make a bed.
You can do it very well when you do it. Bed very often.
Bring clothes.
Fight.
Hamper to laundry room.
Assuming you have a laundry room, of course.
Yes.
The Americans. Huh.
Sort clothes by color
Hamper.
and check pockets.
Who does that? Who sorts the clothes by colour?
Women. All women that do laundry.
Okay.
So that you don't end up with pink undies.
Well, who cares about pink underwear? No one's going to see it anyway. Sort clothes by colour. We did that one. Sorry. Straighten
bookshelf.
What's wrong with these people?
If your bookshelf is falling, take a hammer.
Just go and stand and hold one end of it.
Yeah.
Straighten. No, seriously, what does that mean? Straighten bookshelf. Why would a bookshelf not be straight? Or why would it suddenly not be?
I think they mean the books.
Oh,
on the bookshelf.
Organize the bookshelf.
Organize the books, yes.
Oh, okay.
Mix, stir, and cut with dull knife.
I'm always organizing the books.
Oh, they can cut with dull knife at the age of 5.
Yeah.
Zora cooks the hot cocoa, right?
Yeah.
She's not 7.
She doesn't use a knife though.
No, she doesn't, but she uses knife for other things.
Yeah.
Like chop up her banana or whatever. Look at that.
What's that?
Look at those mountains again.
They've
They're all
they've
weirdly brown.
They've changed colour.
Yeah.
They were green yesterday.
Yeah.
They're brown today. Interesting landscape. Nice landscape. Nice behind us. I was looking at the reflection in the window there. Oh.
Anyway, that was a bit. I don't like these
You know,
things because kids just develop at completely different speeds.
They do. Some people do need guidance though, and
Yes, but then this could be used the wrong way. Someone might read it and go to their 5-year-old and tell him, dust these low objects here, and then if he can't do it yet, then they're gonna be like, oh, there's something wrong with him, he can't do it yet, but the table said that he should be able to do it, and what if there's something wrong with him? And then they're going to put pressure on the child to learn how to do it because it was in the table, and there's
you think they're gonna panic?
Well, some parents do. I know.
Yeah.
Because I'm in places where parents are.
More.
And they do.
More than I am. Probably.
And you wouldn't believe how many parents are asking. My daughter is 2 years old, and my neighbor's daughter at the age of 2 already can recite a short poem, and my child doesn't know how to say more than 3 words, and should I go to a specialist with her?
Okay. People really, they want the best for their kids, and they don't want their kids to get behind, and I can sort of understand.
Yes, I can understand that, but it creates an unnecessary pressure. People have to be reminded all the time that it's okay. Up to a certain age, it's okay. it's not good to underestimate some things, but at 2 years of age, it's completely fine. Will only started to talk when he was 3, and he just can't stop.
Yeah, that's what they don't tell you that, do they? They don't teach you that. They don't.
Exactly.
They don't. They teach you how to start them off. They don't teach
They
you
don't teach you how to make them.
stop once they've started.
Yeah.
There's no stopping him.
There's no off button.
There's no fun. He just needs. He should be doing this. He should be doing this, not us. We should be sitting down here, just talking away about
Star Wars.
About Star Wars and explaining all the characters and who did who and why and where and what happened. Yeah. Probably make a living, having some online fan site related to that and sharing. I bet you, I haven't looked, I bet you there's a Star Wars podcast just specifically about Star Wars and nothing else.
You should look for that for him. He would love it.
He would love it. And you know what? Yeah, you know what would be cool? It would be cool if he could listen to it and then. No, he can't write. He can't write though. Yeah, just like make a few notes about it.
He could do his own podcast though.
He could, but I imagine he wouldn't be that. He wouldn't be able to focus, would he?
He probably wouldn't. He probably couldn't be bothered. He would try to do it once.
He'd forget, and walk off in the middle of it and go.
He would do it once, and he would be all excited about it, and then he would think, "Oh well, it's not worth my time."
Okay. Okay. I don't want to, just.
Don't read another one.
I don't want to do another one.
I'm
not. Okay, I won't do another one.
That would be super boring.
Okay, I don't want to be super boring. So, remember that if you have any questions out there that you want us to cover, any topics you want us to...
please interact with us.
We don't have any friends. Please communicate with us.
Please talk to us.
And we will be sure to...
we would be very happy to have somebody else to talk to other than just each other. Right?
Okay. I like this. I like the chat on the balcony.
I like it too.
It's nice.
It's romantic.
Get to be outside. The kind of clouds have a sort of nice.
My feet are cold again. Could you buy me fluffy slippers?
Oh, like what are they called? Those horrible things that everybody gets from their grandmother at Christmas. Slipper socks.
Slipper socks.
Oh my God.
Could you get me some fluffy slipper socks, please? My feet are cold.
There's
special slippers just for the balcony chat.
I love that people have these sticks for walking as well. They can't walk normally. People can't walk normally now. They have to walk everywhere with these with 2 sticks everywhere they go. It's
maybe they have problems with their legs. Did you think about that?
It would be obvious if they had problems with their legs, but it's just become like nobody can do.
You mean that kind of stick walking?
Yeah.
They use them.
Yeah, I see off the balcony.
They use them when they go up a hill or something.
What's wrong with just walking normally up a hill? Why do you need special sticks for it?
I don't know. You should research it. Don't ask me.
Somebody told me that sometimes they feel you could build up the upper body, but I can't see how having a stick in your hand would
well, perhaps rather than just dangling your hands.
People feel nervous dangling their hands as they're... But surely it would, if you just did that anyway, it would work the muscles. You don't need to hold a stick to do it. Okay, look, I can understand if you're like 70 years old, right? And you're missing a bit of strength in your body, but when I see like middle-aged people doing it, I just think that's the weirdest cloud I've ever seen.
That little dollop there.
That's as big as a small pink cloud in the middle of a blue sky. It's so out of place. Anyway,
maybe there's Charlie Brown under it somewhere there in Sasova.
Oh, that building is over there. Anyway, focusing back on, I wanted to cover something from the mail, my daily mail, the free mail this this morning that I wrote, which you can find on the Facebook page. Just scroll down, look for free mail, and you'll get a daily dose of advice, motivation, and general frustration at the way the world is. That's right, a nice picture of The Sound of Music in it as well today. But I made a little note from it is I wanted people to think about the fact that acting now is really important when making changes. And obviously I'm not going to read the whole mail, but I just want to pick out one little part. The future remains so far unwritten. The future belongs to those who creatively work around the problems and through to clear conclusions. To those who finish what they started. And of course I'm referencing myself and the fact that I think we all do. We all start things and for some reason not get to the end, and it's really important to get to the end of everything that we begin. And I wrote down what came out of my head as little key points to help get to the end of something and to act now to keep our focus. And after I wrote them, I realised it's probably not going to make any sense to anybody except me. that's most of what I do. Right? You called?
No, but it's really hard for my butt.
Yeah? How come my bony ass doesn't have a problem?
Because you are a man. You're tough.
Tough stuff, right.
I'm trying to say that my...
Didn't say anything. Stop it. Right. It's not going to make any sense. See, I was trying to get people to focus on now. And I'm not sure if it worked. So I want to go through this very, very short list of just what came out of my head as being really important to focus on now. Distance is diversive and illusory. And the word distance is really interesting because what I mean is things that are far away often seem out of your reach, and we can think about what's out of our reach, and we shouldn't think about what's out of our reach. We should work with what we've got. The word distance, standing in two places, or being between two places. I think it's a very interesting word. Anyway, focus on what you have. Nothing is closer than now. So if you're worried about where to go and what to do, just act in the moment. It's random. Today is forever. Because you're not guaranteed tomorrow. No one is guaranteed tomorrow. So today's all you've got, basically. All you will, and to go with that, all you will ever have is all you own at this moment. And thinking about ownership as well, I don't mean ownership of things. I don't mean ownership of objects. I mean the experiences you have with the people around about you are the real value. We must own our time because the hours are ours. I just love that play on words, which is not mine and not original, but just the fact that the hours are ours is a very nice way to remember that and that we have our own time. Be the first to own the seconds of your day. Don't let other people push you around or tell you what to do if there's things that you want to do and things that you need to get done. Waste no conversation, as we do. Waste no conversation. Each conversation is extremely important to the direction that people will take. And work to make things work. Work to make things work. Nothing comes easily. Everything requires some form of effort, basically. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
I mean, yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Yes. Where's Will?
I think Will's in charge of the.
I think she will need me anyway.
Yeah. Are you going to say? Are you running away and going to say bye, and I'll finish it?
Okay. I'm going to say bye. I'm running away.
Okay.
Thank you very much. If anybody out there was watching this.
What's your blog going to be called when you finish it? When you get it up? When you get it online? 20? Was that the 21st century mom?
Yes.
20. You're going to be the 21st century mom.
I'm going to be. What do you mean? What do
You
you mean
are-
I'm going to be?
Sorry, you are. Hi, Jazzy.
Yes, you
Hi,
can
Jazzy,
have
would you
milk.
like some
Okay,
milk?
bye-bye. I'm going to pour some milk and wipe some butts.
And remember that there's a painting mess under the kitchen.
And
too.
wipe up the painting mess from under the kitchen.
Super cool.
Don't panic, there's a wasp again.
I'll try not to. Okay. There'll be another input into daily life skills tomorrow, probably. Right. If you're catching up with us online, this is Graham Hendrey saying thank you very much for tuning in. You can find more about the work that I do in terms of language coaching in the English language and life skills at www.nsa-slovakia.com. You'll find links to other Facebook videos. There's 1,000 videos on the YouTube page, and there's a lot more information that I've created and put out there. It's everywhere. Wherever you are, I hope the evening is as nice there as it is here. It's a little bit chilly, but that's okay because it's been hot for quite a few weeks, so we're enjoying the cool temperatures. Now, if there's a topic that you would like us to discuss related to parenting, education, I'm also doing grammar questions. If there's any grammar questions that people have related to language and language use, I'm very happy to answer them. I enjoy the difficult questions because I enjoy the challenges. So if you've got any grammar questions, you can let us know. You can write them in the chat. If you've got any personal development questions, if you've got anything about parenting that you'd like us to discuss, just leave it in the comments section. We'll deal with it in the next video tomorrow. We're testing out this series for 1 month. We're going to do 1 hour every day, and we're going to see what kind of feedback we get. It's kind of fun to put the information out and to see where it goes and to see what happens. Hopefully we'll connect with a few new people. If you think the information that we talked about today related to families and parenting is useful, then please share it with other people. That would be really cool. That's about it, really. I'm getting cold now, so I'm going to go in and join in with the chaos. Thanks very much. And if you're just joining in or tuning in at the end, you can go back to the start. The whole video will be logged and archived on the Facebook page. So stay cool wherever you are. You subscribe to my daily email if you like. I'll put a link in later. Have a nice evening wherever you are. Sweet. It's been really enjoyable. Take care, guys.